Welcome back to the Stars Podcast, your home for everything football this World Cup. I'm Rahul. The group stage is almost done, and we know who's moving on. With us today, we have Avi and Saktesh. Hi
We're
guys,
Hello,
how's it
hello.
going?
back. We're back.
How are you feeling? Your debut?
We'll see how it goes. So let's start off
Hmm.
with the headline news today. Argentina, United States, Germany, Mexico, South Africa, France, and Norway all are through to the round of 32. So, Saktesh and Avi, any surprises in those names, or it's just the expected names?
I think one big surprise and a good surprise is South Africa
Mm.
going through, but it came at a cost of sending South Korea possibly not into the
The
knockout
round of
stages,
32.
which is but yeah, to see South Africa go in is a big one. Argentina, no surprises for me. One notable is I think Mexico, a perfect record. Yeah, Germany maybe underestimated them, but those are some surprising names, some expected ones. What about for you, Avi?
For me, it was South Africa because when I watched them in the first game, I felt like they were not there yet, but they improved game by game. And against South Korea, this is my take. I believe the South Koreans underestimated the might of the South Africans. Why I'm saying so is because I think since the beginning of the tournament, I've been telling my friends that Bafana should not be underestimated
Mhm.
because they have talented players in their squad, and they've also got several players who play in the South African League, so are really talented. And today, when I watch the game, players like I have to get their names right. I want to make sure that I don't get it wrong. Uh, Tapelo Maseko, who now plays in Cyprus, who used to play in South
He's a very
Africa.
young player, isn't
Yeah,
he?
22 years old, and another guy who's only 21. His name is Rele Bohile Mofokeng. He is the playmaker. And why I like the way, I mean, I've been watching his games in the Premiership. He's usually skillful, but against South Korea, he was direct. He immediately looked for channels, passes, and all that. He wasn't holding the ball too long, and I believe that shows his maturity in terms of how he sees the tactical system. And South Korea, honestly speaking, I was disappointed because they have the talent, they have the players, they have the might, they have the playing style. But some of the decision making was suspect, and I also kind of question Hong Myung-bo's tactics. This is the second time as South Korea coach. So usually, if you come for the second time, you would have learned your lesson, but he did not.
I think they played a pretty good game against South Africa.
But you can play a good game, but you need to be clinical as well. You need to
Mm.
know your decision making in the final third has to be better.
You think South Africa were much more clinical compared
Yes,
to
they
them?
were. In the first half, they played good attacking football. And second half, the moment they scored the goal, they knew what was going to come. And they defended very well. So it showed their maturity in terms of tactics. Whereas in South Korea's case, I felt like the final third efficiency was lacking. For example, Son Heung-min came in the second half. Everybody was critical with the fact that he wasn't starting. But I felt the second half entrance was right for him because the first two games he didn't perform. But when he came in, he's ambidextrous. He can use his right feet, left feet. But in that game, I do not know why he kept cutting towards his left, taking left-footed shots when he could actually turn to the right and taken shots as well. So I felt like that wasn't the Son that I knew,
Hmm.
that kind of thing. So that was critical of that. But I want to talk about South Africa actually. So in terms of their tactical maturity, they are really good under Hugo Bros. And the other teams is expected. Norway in the next stage. I mean, no surprises when you have players like Haaland, Odegaard, and so on. France, Olise, Mbappe, and there are other talents as well.
That game would be a very interesting one to watch upcoming Norway against France.
Yes, yeah, that is one to watch.
But do you think they'll go all out, or because they already qualified? Do you think they'll?
I think it'd be more of a you're fighting for bragging rights, perhaps.
Most probably you'll see the second stringers playing.
Maybe
Yeah,
to get some
Yeah,
minutes
I,
Yeah,
I have a
on
feeling
the
that's going to
pitch,
happen.
but
correct. Yeah, it's more of load management.
yeah. But you also could they could also take it as to send a strong message.
Correct.
You never know. Yeah.
They want to top the group, but because of the run of 32 permutations,
It's
it's
a
a bit different,
Yeah.
right? You will have runners up playing against runners up. Usually
True.
it's the group winners
Top
playing against
against
the runners up,
second,
but now
yeah.
it's totally different.
And then you have your best third placing
Yes,
teams to come
exactly.
in as well.
It's something to get used to, I guess. Even
We'll
I'm
get-
struggling with it.
We'll
but
talk about it later.
Yeah, I
So
will talk about it.
Yeah, it's in there. Like. So, other than those teams, any other teams that are looking particularly dangerous heading into the knockouts?
Germany,
For me, Argentina.
Definitely Argentina, Germany as well. Think they were a bit underrated from the start of the tournament, but yeah, performance is there. Argentina is definitely one to look at. We have
Mhm.
it's not enough to talk about Messi. I feel like you can have 3 episodes of just Messi and Messi and Messi, but yeah,
I mean, Argentina putting Messi aside, the way they have performed as a team, I think it's been amazing. You have the attackers, defenders, midfielders putting in really good shifts in terms of pressing. And one player that has captured my attention is, sorry, not one, two players actually. They have had quite, I would say, mediocre seasons with their respective clubs. Alexis McAllister, Enzo Fernandez, both these players were putting in amazing shifts. And I was really impressed with them because they kept the team ticking with their work rate, their passes, their movement, and so on. And players like Messi, people always complain that, why is he walking? Why is he not doing that? He's able to do it because he knows the other 10 will be working hard for him.
I think if the comparison, Ronaldo's doing a lot more walking than perhaps.
Oh my God, we went there already.
It's true. I mean, he's playing great though, but I think he's walking more if you compare.
And as for Germany, like the game against Ivory Coast, I felt Ivory Coast should have won that game. They did very well. But Germany, if you watch them in tournaments, you realize that they rely on this killer mentality. So, for example, they knew they were behind 1-0 and they brought in Dennis Undav, the game change. I think it's the mindset, it's the mentality. It's always been that German efficiency or precision or something like that. So you're beginning to see those elements already. So yeah.
Okay. So let's circle back to Argentina and the big main man there, Lionel Messi. The man has broken the all-time World Cup top scorer record. Okay, and I think Saktesh, you have a lot of opinions on this, so I'll let you elaborate on this.
I mean, I'm all for it. It's great to see Messi doing what he's doing. I think what he's showing is there really isn't an off switch for Messi, in my opinion. You think he shows signs that he might be slowing down, but then he proves you wrong. Yeah, keep watching him because there's still a lot to come from Messi, and it's his last one. It's it's his last one, but he's still performing like it's his second or third one.
Hey, but some journalists have actually said it might not be his last one because he told some of them, I'm still feeling strong.
Who knows? Who knows? Because you compare it, like the next top scorer is now Mbappe, who's also and he's 29. If I don't no
No, Mbappe is only 27.
27. So that's easily another 2-3 World Cups, maybe more for him. But yeah, the records are there to be broken, and I didn't think it'd be in our lifetime to watch it happen to get broken, and it'll also probably be in our lifetime to watch it be broken again in who knows in 10 years by Mbappe. And
Mbappe has that potential to be.
I'll be looking forward to that.
To me, he's already a World Cup great because he's won the tournament before. He's got the top scorers award, and now he's got 16 goals, if I'm not mistaken.
He's 2 behind Messi.
2 behind Messi, so 16 goals. Yeah, 16 goals. So the next World Cup, I'm very sure that he can break the record if Messi does not play.
Yeah.
And I believe he will not play because it's 4 years. He'll be 40 something, so I'm sure he would realize that.
But never
maybe
discredit it, I guess.
That's true lah. I mean, never know.
Not
this
impossible.
football is not impossible.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mbappe is on his way towards that lah. And yeah, Messi. People talk about his goals, his assists, and so on, but it's that the way he plays the game. It's so simple. He uses his left foot all the time, but why defenders can't take it away from him? It's the natural ability that makes him the best, in my opinion. I think
yeah.
in the first episode I did allude that he's the greatest of all time. I know people will be disputing that, but it's each to their own.
He makes it look effortless for a reason.
Yeah, makes it look effortless. So yeah, against the game that they won 2-0, the way he performed, he missed the penalty and then yet he scored 2 goals. So I thought that shows his resilience and mindset.
Yeah.
You think that was on purpose because he didn't want the record-breaking goal to be a penalty?
Pressure, I guess, because my friend actually told me that before he took the penalty, the keeper had a conversation with him and he just did like that. And some people started, creating some kind of theory, but I believe that maybe there was a psycho battle there because after he missed the penalty, the keeper actually reacted in front of his face. So I think it's pressure.
But I highly doubt it was on purpose.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I don't think at this stage any player would.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to take such a risk.
They don't ask how, they ask how many. So it's not how you got the goal, it's how many goals you have.
Correct,
So, yeah.
correct. And yeah, I mean, after he missed the penalty, you can see that he's a bit shaky. His passes were a bit wavered. His movement was a bit suspect. But once he got that goal, then okay.
But I would like to believe that he did it on purpose, knowing if it's Messi, him like, yeah, it's okay, I'll miss this, I'll score later. If that was his mentality, ooh, chills.
Yeah.
You mentioned Mbappe earlier, and you
Mm.
used the word great.
Mm.
Is it too early to classify him as that, or do you think he's already reached that status?
Not yet. I think he has what it takes to be the greatest of all time as well. If he keeps his mindset, he keeps his performance. If he wins the Champions League, Real Madrid, perfect, because he has collected all the trophies in the world. Has he won the Euros? Not yet.
No.
Yeah, he still has a chance to win the Euros as well. So if he wins all these tournaments, then yes, he's going to be in that conversation. So, and he has been consistent for so many years. He has been playing since he was 17 years old. Yeah, one of the best strikers I've watched in a while.
think
He has what it takes to be a great lah.
Maybe the reason why he's not in that full conversation is because there is still Messi and Ronaldo in the
Exactly.
scene.
Yeah, you still have Messi. and
It's kind of
Ronaldo
like
there.
tennis where Djokovic is there, but you have Federer and
Exactly.
Nadal. Once they
Yeah.
leave, then they get to shine a bit more.
Correct.
Perhaps that's what you might see with
Yeah.
Mbappe and
Because you had
Yeah.
Messi, Ronaldo, and now you have Mbappe, Haaland.
yeah.
That's being always compared,
hmm
right? And in terms of that comparison, I think Mbappe is way more astute than
A bit
Haaland.
more, yeah.
Yeah. Haaland is a goal scoring machine, whereas Mbappe has won the trophies, has been a huge influence for the national team. Whereas Haaland is, beginning to stamp his mark. But in Norway itself, you have other players that
Yeah.
are quite good as well. So yeah, in that sense, yeah, Mbappe is on his way towards that if he keeps his consistency there lah.
Deserves to be in that
Yeah,
conversation.
In a conversation of greats, I don't think you can leave out Ronaldo because he's also breaking some records now, like 6 in 6 World Cups.
Yeah, and he scored 2 goals against Uzbekistan. One thing I want to say, when he scored the first goal, the reaction from the players, from the fans, and from him, I felt it.
Yeah.
Like,
You could see he wanted it. Like
actually,
he
yeah,
was-
exactly. He really wanted it, and everybody was like so happy for him. The reaction, the players, surrounding him,
You could see
seeing
his
his
reaction,
emotions,
yeah.
and I felt like, it's a moment where you have a struggle in life, a long struggle, something good comes, and you feel like screaming, shouting. That was the moment, and any humans would want that kind of emotion to happen in their lives. Whenever they're going whenever they have a struggle. So to see that is beautiful, and then he's that goal was amazing because the way he moved to get the ball, his awareness was perfect. And the second goal, the way he finished it, the finesse was amazing. So yeah, he's.
Yeah, I think
Right now we just need to enjoy these two magnificent players in the form of Messi and Ronaldo. The way they're performing, Ronaldo's mindset to be the best, and Messi is like saying, "Let my natural ability show the world that this is what football is all about." These are amazing narratives that we'll never get bored of, lah. Yeah.
I think it was like a 10 game drought he had, like no goals in the
Yes.
World Cup and Euros. Like
Yes.
Some 10 games.
Something actually.
Yeah. So let's move on to the next topic.
Mm.
Not everyone's dreams have survived though.
Mm.
Belgium, Turkey, Senegal, Tunisia, South Korea.
Mm.
5 nations who maybe have not met our expectations. They have been a bit so-so this tournament.
You want to
So-
take it first?
Do y'all have any opinions on that?
My biggest disappointment is South Korea. Definitely hits close to home. Senegal also, I think, was a bit of a shocker. But,
Senegal, I am not surprised. You know why? Because a lot of internal issues are ongoing at the moment. Apparently, players are not happy with their hotel arrangements. For any elite level team, you need to have the best arrangements. Apparently, that was not done. They didn't get the bonuses from the African Cup of Nations. Apparently, so players are
unhappy.
unhappy, and
But that's the thing.
That
To
could
some
be the reason.
extent, when it comes to this, it's more of what happens on the pitch also. But
Correct.
I think, on the pitch they were just slightly, to me, slightly under what they would usually perform as.
correct.
So yeah,
that inconsistency was there, lah.
was
Like
obvious.
that.
Yeah. So seeing them and their journey is disappointing,
Mm.
but it's part of the game. Tunisia, disappointing as well. But hey, first run, good performance.
Mm.
What
Yes. Do you think we're putting a bit too much pressure on these teams? Like, are we expecting too much of them, or
Nothing wrong with expecting much from them.
Mm.
It is the World Cup. You should expect teams to pull off upsets,
Correct.
stunners, and all that. So, yeah, being out. It's one of those things. Just go back, look at it. What went wrong, and try to.
Expectations will always be there. I don't
Yeah.
deny, but you have to be realistic also. Like in Tunisia's case, again, in like before the tournament started, there were moments that players were not happy with the coach that they had, Sabri Lambuchi. Then after that, when they played against Sweden, when they lost 5-1, that's when they decided, okay, we're going to sack him and we'll bring in Hervé Renard. Hervé Renard to me is one of the best coaches in terms of getting the best out of players. So if it was done early, I think Tunisia would have had a better chance. You can't expect someone to just come in and change them immediately.
Especially for the World Cup.
Exactly.
Also,
So that's one. Uzbekistan is a disappointment for me because I watched them play in a lot of Asian tournaments and they're tactically organized. They know how to frustrate teams and they have attackers that can change a game. But this time around, I felt like, especially against Portugal, they weren't themselves at all. They made a lot of rash challenges. There were lots of space, and then
Do you
I
think
don't
that came
know.
with the
Is that-
pressure of facing Portugal?
I
Is
don't
that
know
down to the coach though? Like,
exactly. I was about to come there because they had a set coach in the form of Timo Kapadze, but because they're going to the World Cup, they decided to hire Fabio Cannavaro. Why? What was the reasoning behind it? Do you think Fabio Cannavaro could have changed their fortunes in the World Cup? I don't think so. Timo Kapadze knows all these players in and out, and you let him go.
Mm.
Why? That's my question. I mean, the players worked out and so on, but if you work hard, but the tactics are not working well, you're going to lose. That was the case with Uzbek, actually. I felt like the tactics were a bit wayward, and players that who are supposed to shine, like Eldor Shomurodov, Abosbek Vaizulaev, Abdulkadir Kusunov, they're supposed to have a good tournament and raise their values, but they were made to feel like, what else can we do to help this team? The kind of stuff.
but do you think like because the tournament was expanded to 48 teams, does that have an effect on them as well? Like more games, more teams that probably wouldn't be in the World Cup if there wasn't 48 teams.
I don't think so. I
I
don't.
think-
Yeah.
More teams. I mean, they're still playing
Yeah.
3 matches. In
Exactly.
A group.
Yeah.
It's just
but the quality of opposition.
I mean, if a team
and-
goes all the way to the final, they play one extra game compared to the other editions, 7 matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
So.
if look at quality, if you're a good team in the World Cup, you've made it to most World
Correct.
Cups.
mm.
More teams.
I mean,
should
it's
be kinda
Uzbekistan's
better for you, I guess. You,
And
yeah.
it is Uzbekistan's debut as well. So a lot of people felt like it's okay, let's the debut, but they have the potential, they have the quality.
Mm. Maybe it
So-
comes with because we've been very familiar with their game,
Correct.
playing against teams here, and we just want them to do
Yeah,
good. I
even
guess.
South Korea as well, right?
Yeah, we just want them to do
We,
do good.
we expect more out of them because we know they can perform. They have that
Yeah.
ability, that kind of stuff.
Okay, so let's look forward now, right? We've got some huge fixtures coming up in the round of 32. For now, we have Japan versus Sweden, Norway versus France, Uruguay versus Spain, Colombia versus Portugal. A lot of games that I think will be quite interesting. So, anything that catches your eye? Like,
I think Japan Sweden would be interesting one because in that group they are, I think, equal on points.
Yeah.
And they're second and third, so there's a lot to fight for that group.
I think both teams just need a point to get to the next
Yeah.
round. I think that would be the conversation in the dressing rooms or training and so on. But if it was me, I think Japan will go all out. I'm a Sweden supporter, and I hope Sweden can actually atone for their previous defeat. I mean, they played well, just that Netherlands was clinical. So I think Sweden now needs to work on the defense to be even better. But Japan, I don't know lah. They are knife-like at the moment in terms of the way they play and so on. So it's going to be a tough
Japan
battle.
are doing
Yeah,
well,
they're doing
even
well.
without a few players who are not
Yes,
there.
star players.
So
Yep.
they are honestly a very big surprise,
Mm.
but for all the right reasons. This
Oh
World
no,
Cup.
for me it wasn't a surprise. I will be honest with you because they have got a lot of players now. They've got depth actually in the Japanese national football team. So for them to perform in this way, to surprise teams from let's say stellar nations, is not a surprise at all. Because they have played several friendly matches against big teams. They've beaten Brazil, they've beaten Colombia. So they have the potential. And they also have a coach that is quite dynamic. Dynamic in the sense that he sets a team based on the team he's facing. So in that sense, they have a very good coach also. So I'm not surprised, to be honest, with how they're performing. If they lose against Sweden, that will be a shock actually. That is my take, yeah.
I think Norway France would be a good game.
That would
as
be a
well.
good game as
Nothing
well.
to lose in that game, so
Mbappe
it's-
versus Haaland.
yeah, I think it's just more of a bragging rights kind of a game.
Right.
Portugal, I think, have a very important game coming up.
Correct. Colombia will not be easy,
Easy
to
in
be
that-
honest
that
with
one,
you. Yeah, they have got a good team as well. Very mobile, very dynamic. I think they will look to frustrate Portugal.
Yeah.
because Portugal will be confident that after beating
Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan 5-0, they'll be like, our football can produce the goods. But Colombia will be like, no, let us stifle your football to ensure that you don't get a favorable result. Yeah, that would be a tie to watch as well.
Okay. So we have a resident pundit with us here today. Avi, do you have any predictions for us? Or
Ayo.
how about we do this?
Putting
Like
me on
you
the
pick one.
Yeah, sure,
and then
can, no
we
problem.
can Saktesh can
Yeah.
do one as well.
Sweden versus Japan 2-2.
Okay.
So I'll go Sweden, Japan as well. Then I think, I would like it to be a 3-2 Japan.
Okay,
Yeah.
Japan, okay. So he's going against you basically.
it's okay.
I'm just going for Japan.
All right. So on to our last topic for today. We have to address the elephant in the room,
Mm.
the hydration break.
Mm.
It's been booed. It's been all over social media. It's disrupting the flow of games. So what do we think about it? Like, do we have any positives to take away from it, or is it just all negative?
I think it's disruptive depending who you ask and who scores after the hydration break.
But I think it's disruptive to all, right? Because the players lose momentum. They don't get to go on like
Exactly. I mean,
There
yeah,
are two sides of the coin.
it's meant for
Yeah.
ad breaks. We know that there's no point hiding the fact that it's meant for ad breaks. We have basically made a 2-half game into 4 quarters, which sounds very American to me.
I think the American broadcast even calls it that. Like it's a
They
timeout.
don't, they
Time
don't
out.
understand
Yeah.
half times, so it's fine. But on the pitch, you can complain all you want, but it's part of the game. You got no choice but to go with it. Those I feel like tactical change. That's a good time for tactical changes because it introduces a new thing in the game where how you have a break in between. But if someone concedes after a hydration break, they'll be like, "Oh, it's a complete waste of time." But if someone scores, they will probably not say anything about it. So for me, it's a new thing in the game, but do I want to see it in the long run? Probably not.
I
Probably
think
not.
I think even players are conflicted as well because Virgil van Dijk actually mentioned that it's not even out. Why do you need a hydration break? That's his rationale. And then Kylian Mbappe says that you should see there are two sides of the coin, right? One, if you're losing, that hydration break will actually break that momentum and help us. What's the word? Help us regroup again.
Get a
Yeah,
reset.
Reset.
The time for reset.
And all that. And if they are losing, then that would be helpful as well. But also, there is this argument where
If you
people
do-
are saying that players are already playing like 50, 60 matches a season. So coming into the World Cup, the intensity is always high. The amount of distances produced are crazy. Like players are clocking 13, 14 kilometers per match and so on. Last time it's just 11 or 10 kilometers, but now it's way higher. So the hydration break helps them to like settle down a bit, take their water, take their fluids, recover and so on. So my concern right now is it will be introduced to the other leagues as well,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because players will start saying that, hey, I think I need this break because it's going to help us we can recover our body and so on. That few minutes of rest will actually be helpful, that kind of thing. So it's right now, the verdict is out there with the boost and so on because fans want the game to just flow, continue and so on. But we never know. It might be introduced at least because players will start saying that, hey, we're playing this amount of games. I think we need that short amount of break and so on. Because football right now is pacey, it's fast. In the past, it wasn't like that. Like you can slow down, you can pass around. But this time around, it's more like coaches like go, 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 that kind of thing.
But I think it also raises another question of during the hydration break, then added time, because you have to add minutes there, and if you don't add minutes there, I think like it's fine for if you have games in the summer, it makes sense. But if you have a hydration break in the middle of winter,
For me,
it's
simple.
not a
Referees
hydration
can
break.
stop the watch. Stop the watch.
Yeah,
Stop the watch.
Like bring it down to 60 minutes. and
Exactly.
stop
Yeah.
it.
Stop the watch. Just stop the watch. Or they have added they have added sometime in injury time as well.
Yeah.
I've seen games getting about 6-7 minutes now.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. And also referees in this tournament, I have to give them flowers lah. They keep the game slowing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So even if a player is down injured, they just ask them, "Are you really injured? If not,
Yeah.
no, play. Just keep playing." So in that sense, they're helping the game flow a bit better with this hydration break and so on. I think it's also part of commercialization, lah, advertisements and so on. Because the game now wants more money. We are paying millions for players, right? And these teams will be like, hey, we need to enhance our business. How are we going to get money You won $50 million per season. Where are you going to get the money from? Sponsorship and so on. So there will be that argument as well. So I think whoever is governing the game, the stakeholders and so on have to sit down and discuss. And in this case, players also have to come and talk about it because they are the assets of this game.
Do you think like it's just a case of getting used to it, like how the 5 subs rule came in and it took a bit of getting used to? Like, do you think
Maybe.
Yeah.
it could be that. Right?
Yeah, could be that as well.
So if I gave you all, like both of you, the choice, like you had the choice to either keep it, ditch it, or maybe tweak it and improve it, what would you do?
Circumstantial. Have it for summers, not for winters.
Yeah,
Use it
that's,
for what it's actually called a hydration
Yeah,
break, not
use
an
it,
ad break.
not an ad break. Yeah. But also for me, I will only tell after the World Cup.
Or just go back to the usual. Players run to the side of the pitch, chug a water, throw the bottle back. It's not hard.
Yeah.
That's what hydration breaks were, right?
Yeah.
I think that's all we have for today. So that was episode 5 of the StarSports Podcast. The knockouts begin, and we'll be right here covering it in our next episode. Thank you, and see you soon.